Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pengel. I don't know why I blanked for a second there. Today, we are going to be drawing a dragon, as was requested, or suggested, by Dr. Butt-Ass. Now, I tried my best. I even used a heavy metal album cover for reference, because you did say you wanted one that looks like something off of one. It didn't turn out that way, but that's mostly because we ran out of color. For reference, I used an album cover of Dio's. I changed the coloring of the dragon from it because we have enough blockers as is. But now we've actually run into a problem, to say the least, here with our doodles, and that is we now have to basically bench one of our doodles that were suggested by people. That's gonna be up to you guys to select who's going to be booted off the team. After all, we are beginning to reach a point in the game where I will still keep drawing doodles, but we are hitting the point where the enemy doodles are getting quite beefy, and fresh doodles don't really stand up to them. That's why normally in between sessions I do grind to essentially bring up the other doodles to roughly the same level, but it's getting our few ones that we have had since the start leaps and bounds ahead. The reason I'm making this one red is mostly for the fact that at the moment, the only currently active doodle we have that is a physical type is Kirby. So, having another one would be useful. Other than that, we are well on our way. This is the episode 8, which also means we're on the 8th battle out of the 11 for the tournament. So we're pretty close to having everything to draw with. The tool we get today for our palette will actually be necessary to draw one of the earlier suggested doodles by Eclectic Taste of the Wizard. After all, if you want a proper beard, this basically any hair functionality or anything like that, it is necessary to use this palette part we're going to be receiving. If you don't, it's not going to look that great. Man, this thing looks real doofy every time I look at it. I probably should have drew this kind of standing on 4 legs instead of on 2 legs with arms and like this. And if you are wondering, yes, I'm going to be adding more to him, and a palette part we will be getting in next episode actually will be the part necessary to actually give him functionable wings. And my thought was incorrect on the design. Design actually counts towards your limit on lines drawn on them on your doodles. That was my bad for the misinformation. Boy, that's some real messed up head wobble. But there's our dragon. For now. And you will see what I mean with our opponents getting stronger. Even though Dragon has pretty good base stats, right? 191 HP to start out with. Pretty high on the attack power front and everything. But that means nothing considering the doodles that the opponents are using. For this match alone, on average, are sitting pretty high up there, roughly the same HP, a little bit less.
Do you want to enter?
Like, look at that. That's pretty high value. So, we're going to have to bring in our sweeper of Kirby. Because Kirby's been here basically the longest out of any of the doodles, the amount of experience he has accrued over time, even when off-screen from grinding, not really using him after a point, and not even updating him in the past 3 fights, I think? 2 or 3 fights? I haven't updated his drawing or any extra color on him at all. He's still one of our strongest people. For a very simple concept of what he has. And I'm not gonna lie here, I cut out a failed attempt of this entire duel. And that's mostly because I tried using just our more recent doodles and got utterly stomped. Thankfully, the RNG was merciful this time on the attacks my opponents were using. But as you can tell, like Fluff here, Fluff is doing a lot of damage with things that are not its specialty. That comes from the fact that it's got a lot of experience. Without that, we'd be a bit screwed. And Paralyze comes through for the first time in the entire game.
That happened.
At no other point has Paralyze worked when we have it affect the enemy.
Go on, Doodle.
We have a lot to go through, to say the least, though. Because, with the effects, now that we have 2 magic ones to deal with, and their amount of magic they have, and the effects that are going to work, simply because we don't have a lot of experience and stats build up.
Fun.
We are going to end up having the issue of this, confusion, working quite well in their favor, causing us to lose Dragon. So we're gonna save the Kirby sweep. Kirby is just a backup, just in case. Instead of sending him out first and having to be sacrificed for anything, he'll be sent out last in case things go horribly. Luckily, we're getting a decent string of proper commands, and sadly, Same seal. While it works, it does not work if the skill's already been selected. That's the one drawback with same seal comparatively to any other seal type. Where if they already have the thing selected, it will deselect it. It only takes effect afterwards.
Be careful out there, Doodle.
Great. Unaffected. That's the issue that's coming on with some things, if you notice. 105 damage from a blocked magic. Selecting the wrong skill kills your people now. Real easy. But we have a good old Kirby here. That can take care of that issue. Mostly because the sheer amount of experience Kirby's been gaining.
I'm not sure if you're ready for this, but you left me no choice.
Got to such a high level. And that
Fun.
charge really screws up your whole
Doodle, time to come back.
doing.
I don't mind
Especially if they
losing
use
since
their-
I'm having such a good time.
If that was a physical attacker, Kirby would probably be dead.
I'm not sure if you're ready for this, but you left me no choice.
There's nothing we could have did about it. You were just dead. Flat out dead.
Fun.
But we get really lucky thanks to, you know, attack overcoming
I'm not
fog,
sure if you're ready for this, but you left me no choice.
and us having higher agility. We don't die again.
Good duel, kiddo. I wish you the best of luck in the future.
And if you were ever hurting for color, this is the point in the game where grinding for color gets easier but harder. I say this mostly because of what opens up after we go through a couple of cutscenes. First, we have to receive our palette part, which is the soft palette part. It goes much better for making clothing or hair, so that is essentially why we have not yet drawn the wizard, and why now we can actually go back and remake Dracula proper. All the way back over at Zoe's house.
Hey, Zoe,
we have
what's going on around here?
Dinka showing up to
What are you talking about?
do something.
That guy! I'm talking about him! Are you trying to sneak around behind my back, huh? If that's the case, then I challenge you to a duel!
A duel?
No way! The Kingdom Guards are looking for him.
Don't worry about it. Follow me.
Well, Dinka dragging off Manga like that. Probably not the best thing in the world. But Dinka's pretty much harmless anyway. He's mostly bravado. So we just gotta go into town. Now, if you weren't paying attention to anything or weren't talking to everybody all the time, you wouldn't actually know where to go on this. But this essentially opens up the third arena for us to be able to fight in. There's obviously the Kingdom Arena, which is how our story progresses. Then there is the Seaside Arena. That also has taxes though, so the color that you get there is lower than what you could be getting. And then there's the Underground Arena. It opens up at this point. You get full color from defeating every enemy, but the trade-off is the enemies are much stronger than the just random people we find at Seaside. So, if you're confident in your doodles, excellent place to go. If you just want to get experience, probably not the place you want to go. And if you didn't already have all the brushes by now, this is a very excellent way to do so. Because of the high amount of color you get.
Cool.
And we now see one of Maro's doodles.
What is that?
We're not sure if it is Mono's doodle. He actually drew it.
Galileo.
Or if, you know, he's just using one of Galileo's doodles from the book.
Zoe, let's work together.
And it's pretty strange that
we can still save your home.
Mono as a doodle can
Of course we can. I know that. You don't need to remind me.
make other doodles.
If we do really good in the underground arena, we might be
Possibly not
able to
make
get
control
enough
doodles.
gold.
It's weird. Still don't quite understand the whole process behind a Pengel doodle book and everything. It's always not quite explained in a way that I understand. But now we have this place to grind for color, if we so necessarily need to. And we're gonna have to trim down our team. So see you then.